to the problem we just heard from experts, which is the limitations of Donald Trump's mindset and approach to facts, as they put it. And you also, as mentioned, are in touch with CEOs and business leaders. We're watching the market slump. That is a part of the public health crisis. What do you see here?
Well, I see that there are these external strategies for managing this, and those are the kind of apparent and obvious ones. And then there's an internal challenge that's going on. It's going on first for Trump, which is that let's understand that Trump is the chief energy officer of this land. So in other words, his energy has a disproportionate impact on all of our energy. And he had already raised the anxiety of people over the last 4 years considerably. Now, what he will do in his fear is he'll use fear, he'll exploit fear if he thinks that serves him, or he'll deny fear if he thinks that serves him. That's what he's doing right now.
That's an important point. You're arguing, as someone who worked with him, that while we've just heard from experts about a public interest approach to leading what you call the energy or the outlook of the nation, you're saying that you don't see him using public interest.
No, he has as anybody who is in a activated kind of fight or flight state, which is where Trump lives, his vision narrows. And it narrows to the threat he feels. And the threat he feels is not from a pandemic, even though it might likely happen. The threat he feels is to his reelection and to his power. So everything he does is going to be a response to that. And that's not the public interest.
No, and the reporting on that is pretty striking. I want to be clear and try to be fair. All presidents keep an eye on the economy the closer the election gets. I think that is demonstrated. But there is reporting that is not normal, that should not be normalized. I'm reading from this. White House struggles to contain public alarm over coronavirus. We were just discussing that. Quote, Donald Trump has become furious about the stock market slide. The Post reporting he believes the warnings that he views as, quote, extreme from the CDC and prevention have, quote, spooked investors. Is that the wrong frame for a president to be using?
Well,
and I'm sorry for all the obvious questions, Tony.
No, not at all. It's of course it spooked investors. By definition, it would. And so the real challenge, and what a president who saw the public interest as his primary focus would do, is to calm the waters. Now, I do believe that you need to find a reasonable balance between attention to the very real threat and the recognition of what it is contextually. It's not, we're not talking about sudden massive deaths. We had 60,000 people die of other kinds of flu in 2017-18. We had 30,000 die in 2018-2019. So it's quite clear that people need to be able to manage themselves. They need to be able to actually take care of themselves. So yes, you take care of yourself by washing your hands, but you also take care of yourself by, for example, naming the fear rather than trying to hold it off. Name it to tame it. That when you actually change your relationship to the fear and you acknowledge, okay, this is going on, but it's not all that's going on. I have that fear. What you're doing is you're changing the relationship.
Right. And undergirding your points that connect with our experts is there are actual facts that can't be spun away, lied away, or tweeted away. And that makes this a different kind of crisis for a president who's often relied on the rest. I'm being told, because of our experts, we are a little bit out of time. Tony Schwartz, thank you. Thanks to everyone. Coming up, how is the outbreak